all that shit off. You know, and I just was listening to my shit. And I'm a grown man. I pay bills. I'm a single father. I got kids. So I'm not sitting up here listening to no 20-year-old nigga about nothing. You ain't telling me shit. Yeah. You know. What you heard, you can hear a motherfucker.
Hey, what's up, people? It's your boy Tizzle from Pie Talk about Tizzle. I'm here with the guy 720. Let them know where to reach you at, brother.
You can reach me and just Google the God 720. That's all you really got to do. I'm everywhere, you know. The God 720 is my direct website for my music, but you can put my name in Amazon too, and all my products will show up. Okay. You know, yeah.
For sure, man. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as
Thanks
well,
for coming,
brother.
Man. Yeah, man. I reached out to you because I see you active. I see you got a lot of stuff going as far as, you know, music, books, you know. First, I want to tap into the books and how you got into that, because I feel like that's a lane like a lot of our people kind of don't take advantage of. Well, we got the craziest stories, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So how did you get into writing books, and what made you feel like I can really take it to the next level?
Well, my last name is Booker. Keenan Booker. You can Google that name too. Okay. Both of my names got heavyweight. So, my last name is Booker. I've been reading books my whole life, you know, and I was pimping real hard, you know. When you study the game of the pimping, a lot of the pimps cashed out with a book. True. You dig what I'm saying? So I understood that I knew the science, and not only that, I have been through a lot of crazy up and downs in my life. I've lived in a lot of states. I've seen a lot of things. I delivered my second son on video home delivery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube as well. You can YouTube my names as well. And yeah, so I said, let me go ahead and put the finite into a book called The Black Man's Bible.
Okay.
Because I've read everybody else's books and them niggas was lying.
Straight.
And I knew niggas was lying.
Yeah.
There was too many gaps in stories, you know what I'm saying? Not to discredit anybody's work, you know, but I knew it was bullshit. So I said, you know, the devil's in the details. I'm gonna give niggas details on how to operate this shit. You know, and that's what birthed The Black Man's Bible, and that was published here in Las Vegas. Matter of fact, a couple of streets over from here. You know, I was in the hood, you know, and yeah. And then when I studied how to market a book, people want to feel comfortable with you as an author, so you have to have more than one book published. So I thought I could do that. So I just kept on writing and kept on writing and kept on writing. At this current moment, I have 8 books fully published, and I'm working on an encyclopedia.
Oh damn, an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you first did your first book, how did people receive it? How did you feel like the feedback was for it? Especially with you coming from one lane and jumping into a new lane.
Well, the Black Man's Bible, that word alone, but see, I'm comfortable with literature. So when you read a lot of nonfiction books, you know, you'll run into books that is the Bible of this or the Bible of that or the canon of this. The Bible is basically a canon, which means this is a one-stop shop type of literature. You dig what I'm saying? So that word Bible was a little bit touchy to some people because they weren't educated and they only knew of the Bible as the Bible. They haven't went through, you know, a large itinerary of literature and seen that there's other books called the Bible this and the Bible that and the Bible that. Like there's a book called the Vagina Bible out there, you know what I'm saying? I got that at the crib, you know.
I got that. For sure.
No, that's a real title to a book. So, you know, a lot of people took it as good. My niggas in the pen love it. You know, that book is actually in federal and state penitentiaries all across America. So, you know, but some niggas took it like, nigga, who you is, nigga? You trying to tell me what, nigga? Yeah. I'm like, you know, do what you want, but nigga, our numbers is bad, nigga. Yeah. And if you ain't got the eyeball to see that, I know how to think in a macro perspective. A lot of people think in micro because that's all they see and know is micro shit, what's right in front of them. Mm-hmm. I know how to think in a worldwide perspective, so that's installed inside the literature.
And that controversy sometimes gonna draw some attention too. You know what I mean? Like if you put a word out there that people don't know, it's gonna make a person look it up. So I think that it's all. I feel like earlier you said you have power in your name.
Right.
People don't understand. Like a lot of people, it took me a while to realize the power in our names. Like, you know, when we was younger, a lot of the people named their kids powerful after powerful people, or it had meanings. Now motherfuckers is kind of like putting shit together. But back in the day, you be like, what's your name mean? Or my name mean king, or my name mean this and that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't be realizing that. Or even most of our names, you know, come from slave owners and shit, you know. My last name Butler, so like, you know, my ancestors probably was Butler somewhere for some other.
Right. But see, your last name is your occupational name.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what you should be working in industry wise. So there's a lot of things in the lane of Butler that you could work that'll cash out for you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you were born for, hence the title. You dig what I'm saying? But when I was referring to weight in the name, I'm talking about weight by work, street work, other work, you know, work, keep a foot up a bitch's ass, you know, buy the album. There's a title to one of my albums. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I meant by weight in your name, you know. You gotta have it. You gotta have, you know, you gotta be a risk taker and have done a lot of risk taking shit, which I have done. And I've been able to take things from A to Z and explain them thoroughly. And that's what's inside my literature, you know.
Where you was born at?
I was born in the Chi, Chicago.
Okay, shout out to Chi-Town, man.
Raised in Rockford, just like Iceberg Slim, you know.
Okay.
But yeah.
And you said you moved around. Where was like some of the most successful places you moved? Like where did you feel you fit in the most?
Where I fit in the most.
Where excelled?
Vegas, 720, 702. Vegas has been my spot. Okay. You know, I've done a lot of stuff here, you know, but I've kept it very low key. I don't like a lot of attachments because, as I've stated, you know, I read a lot of books, and I'm currently writing an encyclopedia. The books that I've written are being read at Harvard, Yale, Oxford University in the United Kingdom. These are the top universities on the planet.
Right.
So it's not to separate a line, but a lot of individuals aren't into that type of lane. Mm-hmm. So the way I look at things is not familiarized with other people, and we end up clashing because people see me and they're like, oh, I'm on this nigga level, and I want to go over here and debate with this nigga, and no, nigga, we ain't finna do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I might say some facts that'll disturb you. You know, and you're not mentally prepared to take that. You know, and it'll be conflict, and you know, so I just I stay low key. You know, I'm not one that hangs out much. You know what I'm saying? I stay about my butter. You know what I'm saying?
And when I seen you had said something like even your music, you do it for the intelligent, or
no, my music is for niggas.
Yeah.
I ain't even going. We're not doing the Talib Kweli in the bars, my nigga. Like some people might take it there and say, "Oh, okay," because I use an eloquent wordplay. You know,
but I hear you say I'm an MC of 8 albums. You say my books and music are for the intelligent and mature.
Right, intelligent and mature. So when I'm saying that, I had a white fan that hit me up, and that was in Canada, and he was like, "Man, it feels good to know that when I'm listening to some hip hop," and he was talking about my music specifically, that the person is intelligent, spitting it. So I'm not dragging on about, you know, I have the kilo and my homie doing 20. You know, I don't got none of that in my bars. I don't need to. My music is based on the explanations of life, because we all go through moods, we all go through ups and downs, and that's what we were raised on. I defend my generation because I don't take after the activities of children.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So we were all raised on the James Brown. Let's not bullshit here. We was all raised on the Sade, the Boys the Men, the R. Kelly, the Jodeci. Okay, we was raised on the Pac, the Snoop. Okay, this music was not catered to the kilo and my nigga doing 20.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? This music was based off of one song is for a good time, one song is for you in a down mood, one song is for you and your lady, another song is for you and the homies at the barbecue. You know, so that's where my music is based at. My music is based at the different volumes of human moods. We do not live in a club.
Facts. Every day ain't sunny either.
Yeah. The club is 3 to 4 hours, nigga. That's it.
For real.
I don't live there, nigga. I don't live in the bar. I'm not consistently drunk. We don't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I meant when I stated that for the intelligent and mature. You know.
When did you first start doing music, and like how did it come about?
Actually, there was a large gap when Soulja Boy first came out. You know, I was working jobs. I was in Atlanta, I said, man, let me go ahead and put some shit up on the YouTube, because everybody they was using Soulja Boy to market YouTube at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me go get on here and see what the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? So I was making beats at the time, and I know how to MC, so I was putting it all together, and I put up some tracks. And then an old schooler at my job said some foul shit, and I got to snapping. I went home and I snapped on him first, because I don't do no run around shit. I don't fucking get swung on and go across the street and swing on that nigga. Mm-hmm. I swing at the motherfucker right in front of me. You dig what I'm saying? So I snapped on him at the job, and then I went home and I did a video called "Why Niggas Don't Read," and then it just kept going and going and going. It was like some trailblaze thing that happened, and I didn't do any more music. I had a couple of songs up. That was my first album called The Immortal Spectacle, which I made all the beats on. That's published as well. And then went through the pimping and all that shit, and the downfall started cracking, and so it was like, yo, a lot of my people who've been listening to my videos over the years were actually in high-level studios.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. You don't see your fans. These niggas are screen names. You know what I'm saying? Real. Commented screen names, nigga, until you materialize, nigga. So a lot of cats materialized. My nigga Detroit Red hit me up. Detroit Red is the same cat who did Slauson Boys for Nipsey Hussle. Okay. That's 1 and 2. And he ended up giving me beats for not only the Monster album, which is the soundtrack to the Black Man's Bible, but he also fully produced the Onyx Tablet album, which is the soundtrack to the Real Nigga Etiquette book. Okay. And it just went on, and then other producers was hitting me up. So I had like maybe a list of like 4 or 5 producers all hit me up in the same area of time, and it made me, I like the beats. I'm a respectful nigga, so if these cats is throwing me beats and they knocking, let's see what I can do and put it together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I ended up putting it together, and then voila. Okay. Right.
Well, how do you create as far as with music? Do you write? You write all your stuff, or you keep it in your head?
Oh no, I write, bro. We're not gonna do none of this freestyle shit and all this other mystical shit. I write all my bars. There's not one nigga that's ever ghost written, not one track or not one chorus for none of my songs. And I have over 150 published. So yeah.
For sure. What was the best feedback you got? What album do you feel like, if the listeners out there, right, if they want to know you and know what you come with, what album would you tell them to go to?
My favorite album is The Foot of a Bitch's Ass. I got it in there. And the reason why no, you need to see the cover. The cover is actually an x-ray of a foot logged up somebody's ass. A lot of my fans said I was on my ODB when I did that, Yeah. But my fans tell me that the latest album I did, called The Symphony of Millions and the Harmony of Fun, is the best album I've done so far. Yeah. So currently I got 10 albums out. So I need to update that on my Facebook. But yeah, I would tell people to listen to the last one, The Symphony of Millions and the Harmony of Fun. And that was dropped July 27th this year. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. That's his birthday. I didn't know that, but
yeah, rest in peace.
That happened, man.
For sure. Besides, where do you think you got musically inclined from? Your parents?
Yeah. Music runs in my veins. Oh, yeah. So my dad, he could play piano on Mozart, Bach level, and my mom played saxophone and all. But she did her saxophone thing, high school. Back in the day, they took band a lot more serious. You know what I'm saying? But sure. My dad played piano all the way up until now, till recently. Yeah.
Okay. So what else you got brewing besides? What else you got going besides that?
Well,
excuse me.
I got the Encyclopedia on the Alchemy of Women, which is a 2-volume series. That should be done by this Halloween. Okay. And then I'm cracking this concrete all around Vegas. So when you see that green dunk sitting on the 26s, you know that's me.
For sure.
Do
you do a lot of features? Are you people featured on your song or featuring on others, or are you more like a?
I've had complaints about that, so I did start doing features. On my last album, I got features on 3 songs, I think it is, with Envy Gold. She's a local MC, so check her out. And then I had features on my album before that, Wired for War, with war going on outside. I got a feature. I got Shot the Sheriff with my homie Job Stalin from New York, you know. And but when I hear a beat, I don't be thinking about no nigga. So when I hear a beat, I get to writing. Yeah. I'm not thinking about, oh, this nigga was there, this nigga over here. Nah, I don't, you know, because what happened was is music turned to shit. And ever since D4L and the Young and the Soulja Boy shit, I cut music off. Yeah. And then once I saw everybody was copying everybody, I definitely cut all that shit off. You know, and I just was listening to my shit. And I'm a grown man, I pay bills, I'm a single father, I got kids. So I'm not sitting up here listening to no 20-year-old nigga about nothing. You ain't telling me shit. Yeah. You know, I've been around hustlers, state to state, nationwide. You know, so what is this young nigga on the bar is gonna tell me wearing some skinny jeans? You know, you ain't finna tell me a motherfucking thing. Yeah, for sure. Know? So yeah.
Any of your kids do music?
My sons, no. My sons don't do any music. No. I mean, they'll get involved later on, but that's a maturity process. And like I said, I've been writing books and been producing for the past 8-10 years nonstop. So the house been silent. I like silence.
You when you working?
Huh?
When you working, you like it silent?
Yeah, silence is the music of the intellectual. Put it to you like that. Okay. You know, so nigga, I can't have a lot of bullshit running around my crib while I'm, you know, because I love music, but I understand things from multiple points of view. And music is just organized noise if you really want to get down to it. Sure. You know, right.
Do you feel like a lot of people, like, vocabulary and stuff will expand if they travel more, or their thoughts? Because, you know, like a lot, like we said, a lot of music now, like, it's like a motherfucker live in the club all day. You know what I mean? So I think I always felt like it because those be the people who ain't traveled, or they're trying to attract a certain crowd. Like, they're scared to venture out. They're scared to lose their core base. Right. So they'll be on their 9th album rapping about the trap when you living in a fucking mansion and you ain't been over there in 10 years.
Right. Now, there is a unique intelligence that's gained from traveling. But traveling is not enough. Like I said, I read nonfiction books. So if you're not reading that, that's what tattoos the back of your brain, is literature, you know. And that's what will expand your vocabulary, you know. Yeah. Is reading, you know. How do you write and you're not reading? This, you know, they go together.
Yeah, it be tripping me out. Like, I done had a couple artists, you know, come on here and they'll tell me like that they don't write their music and stuff, right? Or they'll tell me like that they don't read. And in my mind, and they be pretty cool. And in my mind, I be like, damn, man, like, you only giving yourself 50%. You know what I mean? If you would take a little time and read and think outside the box, you probably really excel and hit the next level.
Yeah, next time you hear that, I want you to play one of my tracks. I bet you nigga get up and leave out the room. And then you start looking down at the floor. Yeah, my music changes your whole body language. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. So, like, when you picking your beats, what kind of beats do you think you go for? Like, you know, you like a West Coast sound, an East Coast sound, or it doesn't matter, down south? What?
Bro, I've lived everywhere. I do everything. I do hardcore East Coast. I do hardcore West Coast. You see, buddy over here saying I do hardcore down south. I listen to Project Pat. I understand Big L. You know, I understand Easy E. You know, I understand. You understand? So I've been across the diaspora when it comes to hip hop. You know, Psychodrama out of the Shy. You know, Playa Fly in Memphis. Yeah, I name underground niggas. Yeah. Niggas ain't never heard about. Tommy Wright the Third. You know what I'm saying? I bumped a lot of music when it comes to hip hop. So I'm not consolidated to just one area, right, one zone. And I'm also culturally not consolidated to just one zone. Okay. You know, I've hustled with Jersey niggas, I've hustled with New York niggas, I've hustled with Atlanta niggas, I've hustled with New Orleans niggas, I've hustled with Dallas niggas, I hustle with LA niggas. So when it comes to that song of War Going On Outside, which has the Mobb Deep sample on it, that's a LA nigga, the nigga that was raised in LA, you understand, on the track. You know, I got some niggas from the Banging on Wax that I'm about to produce. Okay. Some you know, from the old school Banging on Wax. Yeah. I got a couple of them homies in pocket and they finna get on some bars for the Saga City Records, you know, and yeah.
Who was the first artist you heard when you was like, and that really drew your attention? That you was like, damn, like I like as far as music, who was the first like rap artist that you heard that like really sparked your interest into it, or that you really was feeling?
It would probably have to be Pac, Scarface, that whole zone.
Scarface so underrated.
Yeah, Scarface, you know, UGK, I definitely fuck with. Yeah, you know, Chi-Town and Texas niggas got some deep-rooted connection going on.
Yeah.
Just like LA and New Orleans. Right. Historically, when it comes to the black migration that occurred after the slave trade, I mean, after slavery was outlawed, you know what I'm saying? There's specific pockets of the South that moved to certain locations in the North. And you can still see that vibe go on with how the individuals from certain cities vibe with each other. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm across the board with it, but definitely them. I fucked with 666 back in the day. Man, I fucked with a lot. I fucked with a lot of MCs, bro. AZ, you know, Nas, you know, the early Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, you know. There really isn't too many motherfuckers you can throw past me. I haven't heard, you know, we can go all the way to J. Rue the Damager and Cannabis. Yeah. You know, don't fuck with me when it comes to some MCs. You know, I know, you know, I am a rap historian, quote unquote. Sure. You dig what I'm saying? So, Twisted, Adrenaline Rush, you know, I was fucking with everybody, bro.
I felt like when I was coming up, like a lot of artists that have the lyrical content and all that, right? But some of them couldn't pick beats. I felt like Nas was like that for a while. Like when I heard Nas, like you hear him rap, you be like, damn, this dude cold. Then you hear Jay-Z, like I was more of a Nas fan than a Jay-Z. I didn't get on to Jay-Z later. You know what I mean? Like even with Kobe, I wasn't like a super Kobe fan because everybody was like I felt like he was trying to be too much like Jordan. But when that nigga was facing that rape and still dropping all them points, I said this nigga's special. I wouldn't be able to shoot a basketball facing the fucking rape case with a white bitch in Denver. You know what I'm saying? So I respected his mental after that point, the mental toughness. But like a lot of cats, Lloyd Banks, you know.
He holds all of New York right now. Yeah. Ain't nobody fucking with NY, but he holds the shit. Cause see, like you just stated, like when back in the day, if I wanted to hear East Coast, I wanted to hear East Coast. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Like nowadays, everybody got this whole shit. Like, you know, when I was in the Chi back in the day, we didn't call our dope houses traps.
Oh yeah.
That is Southern language. You keep that shit down there, nigga. I'm not a wannabe nigga. We called our spots tips, you know, or the spot, you know, or go around to the jank, you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is picking up terminology from other locations and shit.
Ain't never been,
right, bro. And I don't respect that shit because you not respecting your throne.
I agree.
You're not respecting your home. You dig what I'm saying? Right. Your home has a specific slang terminology. You have a specific style of clothing. Nigga, keep it that way.
I want it.
Yeah, we are not all the same, nigga. You know, and you know.
Yeah, and I also tell like a lot of these young cats that be doing music, like they be so caught up in the music that they skip on the business part. They don't understand the business aspect, right? And I be like explaining to them, most of the rappers that blew up, they wasn't the best rappers even in their group.
Right.
Like, can't nobody tell me that 50 Cent was a better lyricist than Lloyd Banks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably was like the third best in his group because I think Young Buck was a beast too. You know, it was some, and same thing with Nelly. Nelly was nowhere near better than Murphy Lee when it come to bars, but it's the total package. You know how to handle your business.
Right.
Like, I was watching this interview from 50, right? And he was like, man, when they was doing the G Unit clothes and shit, he said he go to a meeting one day, right? And he tell everybody, look under the table. Them niggas got Louis Vuittons on. Them niggas got Gucci shoes on. 50 got G-Unit shoes on. He say, you know what? I'm keeping y'all next check. Why y'all wearing these niggas clothes when this is who paying us? G-Unit is paying us, you know? Cause it's like, they, like you said, they want to fit in.
Right.
We already rich.
Right.
And a lot of our people, right, they'll get rich and they want to wear all these other people clothing lines, right? So when you get smart enough to come out with your own clothing line and you come out, they looking at you like you broke.
Right.
Oh, he not wearing Louis no more. He must be going broke. No, nigga, I just realized that I can do this, and none of that shit popping without us. None of that shit popping into
Right.
you, Eric.
Right. When see, like when you want.
Go hard for this. How the fuck you winning if you lost to this? Niggas think they own, so they get off in this. It's easy to get crossed in this. On TOP, we gon' get far from this. Step up in they town and burn it down like I'm a horse.